Welcome to another episode of PDR Tool Time. This is episode 265, and I'm Daniel Grom. This week, we are going to be talking about a little MTE in Las Vegas, and we're going to be talking about the new glue from Anson Hard Pull, a little bit about Cam Auto, Reaper tabs, and the Tab Tower. And our guest today is everybody. Everybody's here. How you guys doing?
All right. You want to, hey, Daniel, can you talk about the elephant in the room? What's
the elephant in the room? I mean, we've been gone. I mean, that one?
We've been gone. Yeah.
We were gone?
And
yep.
Yeah.
We've been absent.
I've been right here the whole time.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you guys, but
we've been absent. Yeah.
It's been Vince's fault. Now we're going to put it all on Vince.
It's all my fault.
It's always Vince's fault.
Yep. Everything's Vince's fault.
Yeah, we have been gone.
We've been gone, but you know what? The only person who has been available to do it has been poor Daniel, and he's been sitting there just waiting like, hey guys, are y'all done being busy yet? we pretty much all got hit at the same time. I've been working about 70 hour work weeks with hail that hit around my area. Vinny's opening Anson 2.0. Renstrom's over here taking a much deserved vacation and he hasn't gotten in a long time.
Well, what do you mean? I did too. I needed vacation.
Daniel just took a vacation.
Daniel went to Hawaii, got his little teeth.
I went on a real vacation.
Don't you go to Hawaii every year, or is that like an every other year thing for you?
I try to go as much as I can. I like to go every year, but
I've never been.
It's been like every couple years, seems like.
I mean, my wife was born there. She's Hawaiian, but
you know, you can buy land then. If she was born there, she can buy land at a reduced price.
Oh,
Would you like to go in on a property together?
Expensive.
Is it expensive? They act like it's like a small island in the middle.
Well, it depends on what island you're on. If you go on the big island, that's the cheapest island. If you're on Oahu, that's the most expensive one.
I want the Jurassic Park island, wherever Jurassic Park was. That's
Kauai.
All right. I have no desire to go to the
my
beach.
favorite island.
Jungle. I want jungle.
Yep.
So, anyways, enough about Hawaii.
Yeah,
gentlemen.
So we we never even talked about Anson 2.0. Oh my God, what a great trip that was! Wasn't that fun?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, man, because you were busy setting it up, and then it happened, and then we still been busy. We still are busy, but we're like, it's been long enough. It's been long enough.
We got our 2 lost episodes that are somewhere back there that we recorded right before then. I went down to the Anson 2.0, which was an amazing facility. Holy crap. Yeah. And then I came home a month later.
So let's talk a little bit about that. First of all, the place is huge.
Huge.
How many square feet is it?
Oh, I don't know. The showroom itself?
Oh, the whole place?
Probably know these things. The whole place is about 17,000.
That sounds about right.
That would be a good guess, yeah.
And you get room to expand and do anything you want into the future, for sure.
Yeah. It sits on about 5 acres. So when we're ready to make a machine shop or a bench grinder shop for Daniel to come, and we'll have the room for it. Damn it!
But you also have a huge parking lot, which was great because
that's what I heard at the last facility. Yeah, the lack of parking. Now,
man, so that was great.
Oh, and if you intend to touch every PDR tool in the showroom like I do, you just plan a whole day for it because the showroom is that much bigger now.
Except poor John over here. I saw him the entire time at Anson 2.0 grand opening. He was just there at the Glexo cold glue area, like just giving everyone, all right, so here's how you do it. All right, you do this. Like he was
doing demos.
It was a full-time job demoing cold glue.
And that you weren't even there for that. I kept pulling you in, and other people kept pulling you in. I'm like, poor guy.
Yeah, got to meet lots of our listeners. You guys out there came up and picked my brain quite a bit. It was a blast. It really was a great time.
There's a lot of vendors there. Pro PDR Solutions, Dentcraft was there. And you're making me think back a couple months. It seems like an eternity ago at this point.
True that. So let's the whole reason why we decided to start our podcast back up is this podcast started because of MTE and coming out of MTE and tools and things like that. And we have our next MTE coming up after a good year break of MTEs. And now we're about to start again with Vegas in August.
Yeah, we're going to be almost like, what, a year and a half, because it was the 2020 Orlando show?
Was the last one?
Was the last show?
We were waiting for Vegas, weren't we? Was Vegas the first one to get canceled, or was it Orlando?
Yeah, I think Vegas was the first one to get canceled, and then Orlando.
And then Orlando, and now Vegas is back on. So we're kind of like picking up after a good solid year and a half hiatus.
Yeah.
So for those of you who aren't sure, we're looking at August 26th through the 28th at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
Yes, and we have our code on PDR Tool Time on our Facebook page. I'm not sure if it's up on our website, but I'll get it up there. A discount code of PDR. Actually, it's just Tool Time. You type in Tool Time and you get 15% off of registration.
Boom.
Yeah.
Nice. Bada bing, bada boom, boom, boom. So yeah, we got that. And so with that, I think we plan on bringing on a guest today to talk about it. Is he ready to go, Vince?
No. I don't know. I'm not in control anymore. Daniel is.
Oh my goodness, with Daniel, that's a new thing.
Yeah.
Daniel is the man in power.
He is the pilot, and I'm no longer
having problems with my mouse now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it happens to every man once in a while. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly normal.
What I do have to say while we're talking about that is, working at Anson, I deal with a lot of technicians on a daily basis and coming in, calling, and I do appreciate every single one of you that has reached out and said, "Where's PDR Tool Time? Where's PDR Tool Time? I miss you guys." So it wasn't.
We've had quite a few. I've had quite a few comments from people as well. So it is encouraging.
It is. And we never lost our audience. And we apologize that we did have to take an unexpected leave. We were just really busy. And we
just wanted everybody to appreciate what they had with us.
Oh, gosh.
We're missing this.
It's like, it was like we had jobs that actually pay us to do stuff that took precedent over this for a little bit.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, let's circle back to Anson's open house. First of all, I want to thank you guys for putting on such a great party and having the most amazing food. I got to do a shout out for your caterers that did the food. I got there early. They were already starting their barbecue on friggin' Friday night.
Yeah.
And they slept there all night.
We did.
How do y'all barbecue in California, Daniel? That's what barbecue is. It takes overnight.
Yeah, but they're camping out. I mean, they're serious about their barbecue, It's just...
we're okay. We got a Californian trying to explain barbecue.
Yeah, I know.
Texas barbecue. That's what happens.
Texas barbecue, baby. See, y'all don't barbecue there. Y'all grill. Okay, you grill.
You're right. Nobody has
barbecue. A smoker. That's what drives me insane about my mother-in-law. She's like, "Okay, we're just gonna have a little backyard barbecue." I'm like, "You mean burgers? Is that what you mean?" She's, "Yeah, some burgers. We're on barbecue." I'm like, "You are sacrilege right now."
Right?
Come on.
And the food was absolutely amazing. And then they ended up pulling over to the Anson after party, which was fantastic as well. So big shout out to them. They did a great job. And then you guys showed off some new tools there, some new tequila line stuff that I was able to get my hands on a few things.
I think that's what's going to be special about this MTE is that, there was a lot of tools. Like I know Anson and I know other companies, they all use MTE to launch new tools,
and usually scramble.
Sure. And we were scrambling for Vegas last year and things that we wanted to release and go hard was the hub collection of tools. And we've had to do that over the internet and stuff like that. And that's been very successful. But, and then we're like, okay, we're going to launch this and that in Orlando. And it's like, no, we're not. We're going to launch it on Facebook again.
Yep.
So that leads me to believe that this Vegas show is probably going to be a big show for debuting tools.
Well, I think there's a lot of techs that are going to get caught by surprise because we all know that only a small percentage is on Facebook, and most of the time you see a lot of your tools basically when you're as a hail tech from other techs.
Mm-hmm.
And then the hail years have been a little bit quiet these last couple of years too. I mean, we're up here in South Dakota with a massive drought going on, so we don't have squat where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then everything gets released on Facebook. So this stuff that's going to happen at MTE is going to be the first chance for some people to really check out those hub tools in person.
Sure.
And believe me, they are a changer for your body.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yep.
And not to mention, it really makes your cart convenient because you don't realize how much
organization is, I think, even bigger.
Yeah.
You know, it's for the route guys, being able to organize your tools without handles is a big advantage.
Now, I'll say this: I've had the hub tools for a good while now, and they're on my cart.
Over a year.
Yeah, over a year. And I will say that every time I use them, my wrists and my elbows thank me. My hands thank me. I didn't realize how much, strain I was putting on my body with the regular handled tools. I will say that still my beef with it to this day, and it's the reason why I didn't buy them to begin with, is the efficiency of them is a little bit cumbersome. Like, I like to be as fast as possible, and so the one thing that it's a little bit annoying for me still is having to just taking the hub off and put it on there, and like adjusting it isn't as quick as like the PDR finesse where I just boom boom ready to go.
Yeah,
I got to take it off.
I understand what you're saying, but what I've noticed where I made up was I found I was actually getting each dent done a little bit faster because I was changing that leverage to a more comfortable position.
Yeah.
And my time ended up being a wash in that time of putting the handles. Now, I happen to have multiple handle sets too because I won an extra set at the Anson open house. So that allows me to keep 2 of the 90-degree handles on my cart. So I'll have 2 handles on the most popular use hand tools. And so it does speed me up just a little bit into those regards. But otherwise, because I can put those extensions on, man, you're not pressing and you're not prying quite so hard. You're kind of using your whole body into those repairs. And even Jesse, while I was gone to the open house, he was trying to fix a hood on a Ford truck on the truck. And he said, man, he was just tweaking his arm trying to get one. And he finally just got mad and rolled my cart over and grabbed one of my hub tools. And he said it took him like 3 seconds. The dent was done. And it took all that. So then he turned around and he ordered the set from Anson that day.
And it's one of those things too. A lot of people don't realize that one handle, the original Gorilla Grip, you got 4 positions of that handle. You have the full length. You have, then you have 2 different size handles that you could spin off to make shorter. And then my favorite is just put the knuckle and the ball, the gear and the ball together for a hand tool. I do that at the showroom all the time. And I have one ready. I just put in a technician's hand. I call it the aha movement, because as soon as they had the for
the little hand tools, and if you're taking a door panel off and you don't want all that stuff in the way, it's great.
Now, don't get me wrong. I'm just giving honest critiques. Like, I still love them. I use them. I recommend everyone to get them. Like, you should have it, especially.
You know what I recommend, Hudson? You buy another handle.
I have 3 handles, homie.
3 of the same.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, my issue isn't it's the adjusting it. It's annoying
when you're moving it
because because I'm used to.
But have you noticed how when your other tools that don't come apart, like the finesse, I have a couple of those, and after a while, they start getting harder to adjust, and it takes you just as long, I think.
I don't know. I don't have I haven't had that issue with my PDR finesse.
If you have to keep them lubed up, I've noticed.
But I've also noticed that I kind of got down where if I'm doing a door, I know the position I want that handle in that takes the pressure off my shoulder.
Yeah. Sure.
Same with the hood. So I hardly ever adjust a handle anymore, even on my finesses, because of just my tool is just so comfortable. And
Daniel, what's going on, bud? Do we have our guests coming in or what, man?
Yeah, I've texted him. Be a few minutes.
It'll be a few minutes. All right, he's got to put his underwear on. Got it.
Okay. Please, there's video.
It's Sunday,
what else is new sitting over there at Anson, Vince?
Oh man, you know what? We have new part numbers on a daily basis coming in right now. We have something in the works with Daniel that should be in Vegas. We're not going to really show pictures or mention it, but I'm not going to call it a game changer, but it's definitely going to be pretty good, pretty damn good. We now carry Cam Auto. Everyone's really happy to hear that because we do get requests for Cam Auto glue and Cam Auto this and Cam Auto that quite often.
Great tabs, awesome glue.
Yeah, glue. I mean, honestly, Cam Auto glue. I mean, it's hard to beat it. And if you're going to get something similar to it, it's probably going to be roughly the same. I mean, how hard do we really need to pull?
Right.
But I mean, I haven't tried that new Anson hard pull stuff. What's that like?
That's really amazing. Good. We've had that for like a year and just have not released it because we're waiting for some really cool packaging. And what we're doing over at Anson is, we're a little bit late to the game, but we're getting geared up to do a lot of collision stuff because it seems like that's the route where a lot of PDR stuff is going.
Yeah.
Not just with PDR industry, but the body shop industry is really heavily looking at what we're doing. So I've been working the last couple of months on getting that. If you notice, if you go to ansonpdr.com, there's a little collision tab, and that's growing. So that's growing with all our Kiko products. We have you
got the perfect pull. You've got a handful of different pull towers.
Exactly. So there's the Cam Auto pull towers on there. We have the whole Kiko system that we've always carried for years. We've always been partners with Kiko. And, it's all really good stuff that's starting to build. And, most PDR technicians might not go into that section. And, a lot of you will that are looking to get into heavier collision damage.
All right, guys, I've got Sheldon ready to go.
All right.
Launch into that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring on Sheldon.
Sheldon.
Hey guys.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How about you all? Nice to see everybody.
Yeah. Hey, Sheldon, before we get going, can you just reintroduce yourself for some guys that might not know who you are?
Sure. Everyone, I'm Sheldon Kay. I'm the show manager of MTE. I've been doing it about 5 years now, I think it is. I've been leading up the show. So really deal with all the logistics, the sales, marketing, everything that has to do with MTE is me and my team. So happy to be here with y'all.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming. And I remember when we first heard about the transfer, because, going to MTE for years and years and years since Clearwater days. And then we hear, Kevin is selling it. Dun, dun, dun. It's like, here we go. They're going to screw it up. They're going to make it worse. And they don't understand the PDR world, the PDR technicians.
Pretty and you like guys,
yeah, don't change anything. Everything's perfect. And you and your team have crushed it every year. Year after year, you've improved it every year, and it's a pleasure to still go, every year.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And of course, Kevin Halewood, the founder, is still in the picture. He still works with us on, major decisions and helps out, and he'll be at every show still. So actually just talked to him recently. So he's looking forward to seeing everyone in Vegas. So he'll be there to say hi, and hope to see everyone else there too.
That's fantastic. So how's the organization of the show going?
Good. Everything's coming along well. It's obviously been a very strange time. So we didn't really push things that hard early on because we didn't want to promise anything and then it didn't happen like we may have done before. But so yeah, we're 110% sure this show will happen. I actually just went to go visit the property the other night, had a great time. Everything's looking really good. We're looking forward to doing Thursday welcome back party. So, and then Friday we'll be doing a community night. So lots of fun parties with some free beer happening. And looking forward to seeing all the vendors on the show floor. And our education day is filling out real well for Thursday.
Awesome.
Now, at South Point, it was funny because I have a 15-year-old boy, and he reluctantly wants me to start looking at TikTok. I start watching these videos, and you disappear into TikTok land, right? Looking at videos. And South Point Hotel and Casino came up, and it's one of the premier places that this video was saying that it's still like old school Vegas. You still get the deals, the food deals, the big steakhouse and all that, and it's not breaking your bank like it is when you go down on the strip and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they have some great restaurants, tons of bars, and I think Fridays it's still like dollar beers, and regular price beers are still like $2.50 or $3. Like it's still crazy. Like that. real nice, cheap feel and it's still like a pretty classy place. I mean, the rooms are nice. You're not, it's not the, Bellagio or anything, but it's still a pretty nice place. And it technically is on Las Vegas Boulevard. So you're just down the road from the Strip if you want to go explore that as well.
I thought my favorite thing was the little breakfast place inside South Point, and it's like after midnight you can get steak and eggs for like $6 or something. I was like
$4.99
staying up to midnight every night.
Yeah,
and that's what the video was. They were showcasing that.
Yeah, dude.
I forgot what they called it, but it was good. We really enjoyed it. It was 2 years ago that we had it.
2019.
And everyone was looking forward to the following year, and then that's when the world changed and everything changed. And we were prior to you coming on, we were talking about how at Anson we were building up to release tools, and we just had to release them, online and stuff like that on social media. So this is going to be the first time where we're not just Anson, but all the other tool vendors. They're going to be showcasing their tools in person and what's new, and that's why you want to go to these shows. You want to be able to touch and feel these tools.
Yep, absolutely. You can buy tools right there, stock up for the year. And then also it sounds like we're going to be having the Tool Time demo area again. So you can actually get hands-on and try some stuff out. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes.
And speaking of
that to us.
Yeah. Speaking of trying stuff out, look at this education day. I've got it up here on the screen. This is Thursday's schedule. It's already
fill in that 11 o'clock hour. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, this is going to be full up as it goes. But we've got a hot box, all of the hot box, big dent machines, hail estimating, OEM procedures. And you PDR guys, this is something I think you guys should really kind of look at. This detailing by IDA, the International Detailers Association. While I know you guys are PDR guys, but cutting and buffing is a part of the door dent life. And the large
I've never
damage.
had to do that on any of my repairs ever. I am so clean. What are you talking about, John?
So really kind of look into a couple of these detailing things, because the technology in tooling, equipment, compounds, they've changed so much.
Oh yeah.
And this is the one show, MTE, whether you're in Vegas or Orlando, this is the one place where you're going to learn something that's outside of your norm. But
that's one area that fortunately, because I have a detailer in my shop, he's really educated me on all that. And I'll never forget this. I did a dent on a black car, and I just used a polisher, straight polisher, and he had to come back for the detail. When it came back, I remember looking at it and seeing all my swirl marks. Yep. And that's when my detailer said, hey, you got to get a orbital to finish off your swirl marks, so you don't see that, because the customer goes away, you don't see him again. But if he comes out and looks at his car and sees swirls marks on his car, he's not going to think very good of you for that.
Yep.
So, yeah. Something to think about, guys.
Absolutely.
Sheldon, what can we expect this coming show? Is there going to be anything different, or is it going to primarily? What do you think?
Really, we're not going to try anything crazy out of the box at this. It's just looking forward to getting everyone back together. Like I said, that Thursday night, we will have a welcome back party, since a lot of us haven't seen each other in person for a while now. So nothing crazy. We are having the dent trials return. So we'll definitely be having that competition. And the return of the Tool Time demo area is great. And really, just like I said, just getting everyone back together and getting that networking to happen. And we're going to make sure we have some networking events every night. And then obviously most of the business does happen at the bar. So
Vegas, COVID stuff is still on. Some people are still in lockdown areas. What's Vegas doing?
Vegas, as of June 1st, is 100% open. There's no mandates for anything. There's no social distancing. There's no mask requirements. It's fully optional. So we are under the rules that we were before COVID. So
there was a fight last night that I watched where an Irishman broke his leg, which was really gross. I would imagine the town was pretty popping last night.
Yeah, it was insane last night. So we had that fight at T-Mobile Arena, which is our hockey area. And then we also had our first big concert at Allegiant Stadium, which is the Raiders Stadium.
Yeah.
So it was really, I mean, the city was back. It was, 100% occupancy all the way down the strip. So it was, traffic was insane yesterday.
Yeah. So how, now say if there are people that are concerned about COVID, but they still want to partake and I don't know, there's different types of people. Are there any still kind of precautions that are going on, or are they disinfecting more than usual?
Yeah, I mean, there are some good things that came out of COVID, and just the fact that everyone is cleaning a little bit more than they used to. So you're going to expect to see your hotel room, sanitized and very clean. Everything around the hotel, you can watch the workers going around, every 20 minutes, and they're still wiping down every area. And it might be a little overkill, but also, man, it's not going to hurt anything just to keep it clean. So
yeah,
hopefully people are washing their hands a little more than they used to. And
I know I am. I went from like 20 times a day to 300. Still,
I don't wash my hands. I just let it happen.
Personal choice.
Yeah, just let it happen. If you're getting a handshake from me, you're touching my crotch. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
I look forward to that.
I wash my hands.
I've been OCD about washing my hands for my whole life, so it was the only change for me was it was a little harder to find the soap that I like.
Yeah, but you have like 4 people in the population of your whole state up there in South Dakota.
True.
Yeah, you can see my neighborhood. It's
Trees.
Completely random off topic. True story. I was on a vacation with my grandfather. We're both going to the restroom. He gets done peeing and he just walks out. He doesn't even wash his hands. And then I wash my hands. I go out there. I go, Grandpa, why didn't you wash your hands? He goes, I don't got a dirty pecker. He's like, I didn't get any pee on me. Why I gotta wash my hands? I'm like, okay, Grandpa. And I'm like,
they had
okay,
to take us there, man.
Hey, they were the greatest generation, and they survived.
Yeah, man.
That's how they survived.
All right, so remember, all South Point Hotel. It's on Las Vegas Boulevard. I'll throw up the address here. It's 9777 Las Vegas Boulevard South.
And the thing I got to mention is it's family friendly there because they've got a bowling alley, a championship bowling alley. They have a movie theater. They had what is it? Is it Johnny Rockets or no?
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. Yeah. Which the kids love for milkshakes and fries and hamburgers.
You know what isn't kid friendly? Remember when I got escorted out with my son? Is the bar area?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
kids are not allowed in the bar.
No.
Yeah.
They need to come to Texas.
But I had my family there last year, and they had plenty to do. Nobody was bored, and nobody wanted to leave. So that's a good thing. If you're thinking about bringing your family, I would suggest it, especially if you're a Hale guy and you need a vacation and you just need a weekend away. Because a lot of guys say they're not going to go because it's Hale season, but if you've been locked down and you're in need of a little break, I suggest going.
Yeah, I hear so many guys talking about, I'll be like, oh, it's in the middle of the Hill season. Bro, it's the freaking weekend. And it's in Vegas, and you're a dang guy.
But it can't. As a Hale guy, it can be a little bit overwhelming. I understand.
I get it. But get out of your routine. Come visit.
Bring the whole family because there's a spa, there's the movie theaters, there's several restaurants, pool, arcade.
Yeah.
And if you're single, you got the strip clubs.
Yeah. And of course, I understand not everyone can make the Vegas show. Totally get that. That's why we still have MT Orlando. So got that too. So want to make sure we cover everyone. So
Yep.
Well, remember the code is Tool Time. Tool Time is the code for 15% off of registration. I'll put that in there when you are registering, and you'll get 15% off.
That's correct.
Nice.
Yes.
Sheldon, before we say goodbye to you, anything else you want to put in for anyone listening?
Nope. Just really looking forward to seeing everyone and get back together again. And, hope to see you there at Education Day, pick up some new tips, buy some tools, and just really looking forward to getting back to normal.
Absolutely. Cannot wait.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on, Sheldon. We always appreciate you. You always make time for us, which we appreciate.
Thanks for having me. I really like that.
And we will be talking to you soon.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, man.
See you soon, Sheldon.
Bye.
All right. Bye now. So moving on from that, but we had a couple other things. You wanted to talk about pool glue.
So let's talk about your new glue that has been out for a while, but you haven't really been advertising it.
Not on
Craig
the
gave me
website
the
yet.
Craig gave me the thumbs up to start promoting.
No, it's on the
it.
website now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You're just
Oh,
not
you
going
gotta
to get
search
pretty
for it.
packaging. You're just going to get it in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But no, it's
Okay.
actually really good packaging. You're going to want it.
Yeah, the
Really?
packaging is
Really?
going to
What am I? Why? Like,
What's the name
help
of
me
this?
out
glue?
here.
Can't talk
I'm
about it.
skeptical. What is it about a bag that would make me want to buy glue?
it's not.
It's not a bag.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a bag. Oh,
Yeah,
What's
you're
the-
gonna have
Is
to
it
what's
a
wait
the
and
Black
name
Box
of the-
see.
Mafia?
Let's all
Ziploc
talk at
case?
the same time so we could all like not understand what we're saying.
Absolutely. That's our favorite thing to do, Vince. Duh.
What's the name of this glue?
What is it?
Collision hard pull.
Hard pull. This sounds really bad.
I
Just
thought
hard
Hudson
pull.
had a different name for it, like lunar explosion.
Oh, no. Not, yeah, lunar. What was No. Oh, lunar offense. Lunar offense. That's what we're going to call it. The lunar offense.
What?
It's hard pull. It's Anson hard pull glue.
No, it's
not
lunar
Q-
offense.
It's Anson hard pull.
Anson collision hard
any-
pull glue. Hot.
Lunar offense.
If you're going to the Anson website, just put in hard pull and
Yeah.
it will pop it up. That's why I had to ask for the name on account of I have not received this glue because I haven't worked in months. But
Right.
Yeah.
It's
I have been working with it,
Yeah.
and it pulls as hard as like the Cam Auto, but easier to clean.
and it's quicker set time. That's
Quicker
Okay.
set time.
difference.
Faster
That's
set
the
time.
difference with it. It's going to pull like a collision glue. However, it's not going to take long to set up.
all right, Vince, my question to you. Anson had a collision glue before this. What is the difference between the two?
That will take a little bit. That's more for. Oh man, I'm not the glue guy. You know,
We
Craig
need to have Craig on.
to ask about this.
Yeah,
stuff.
we need to get Craig on and talk about all that. That should be like now that we're making more episodes, we need to get him on in the next episode or two.
Well, actually, I've got a guest I'm going to be lining up hopefully here soon, maybe next week or next show, to talk a little bit about
news to me.
some testing. He did some testing, and we'll talk
Oh,
about all the
Mr.
glues he tested.
Mr.
Okay.
MJ.
Yeah, MJ.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
All right,
so we'll
all
bring
right,
him
all right.
on, and because he did some testing, we'll find out how he did his testing with the lowdown
All right.
is.
All right.
Well, here's
Well-
the deal, though. You know this because you guys do hail, and Daniel might not relate to this. He's a door dinger and he does big smash repair, but you don't necessarily need a glue that freaking pulls, the side
Exactly.
of a car to do hail.
Nah.
You might
Yeah.
need that on the corner of a bed where it's really tough metal and it's on a roll or something like that.
Yeah.
But these hard pull glues and the collision glues, it's good to have them in your arsenal if you're just a door dinger, or a hail guy. I'm sorry, but door dingers and guys that are doing big smash repairs are going to start relying on this stuff for the static pulls, and the static pull being like with a tower or with some type of device that you're slowly pulling, like a Kiko.
A slow, methodical pull is a static pull.
Yeah.
Exactly. So opposed to like a shock pull, like a slide hammer or even a mini lifter, that's where some of these they're going to be different. And Hudson could talk on that because he's one of the Kiko reps or helps Kiko talk about their products.
I help train body men how to do glue pull repairs.
Right.
So
But I think too much emphasis on how hard a glue pulls is taking over, I think.
well,
And
I'll tell you
that-
what. I think there's a lot of guys with the old school mentality of whenever glue pulling came around, the tabs weren't as effective, the glue wasn't as effective, and so you'd have to grip it and rip it, right? Just to get the metal to move a little bit. And what has happened is better tabs and better glues come along, and guys are still gripping and ripping and getting like, whoa, look how high I just pulled that. That's amazing, right? Because we used to not be able to do that, but now we can. And we're making all this extra work for ourselves.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need the strong pulling glue. You need theoretically or technically what you want is a glue that's going to pull the dent level, not high.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you want to be able to move, especially on that big damage. You need to move a lot of area, And the hard snap with either the slide hammers or the mini lifters, they're pulling sort of a concentrated spot.
Yeah.
You want to be able to move that large damage. You want to be able to hold that pressure so you can work those crowns. And that glue needs to hold on while you're vibrating the panel, basically with your blending hammer, working those crowns and locking those edges back into place and getting that dent out.
Absolutely. And if most people have iPhones nowadays, or even an Android, set it up on slow motion when you're hitting a panel with the hammer.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's amazing the reverberation that comes off that panel.
Oh, it's kind of like, have you ever seen the slow-mo of a golf ball hitting a metal plate?
Yeah.
When you hit a golf ball,
squishes.
it hits the metal plate. The golf ball becomes as flat as a pancake. We don't see it with our normal eye. And the same thing with when you're taking a hammer and you're hitting that panel, you think it's only making like a small little divot, but really it's like a dime-sized head is making like a softball-size impression, like indentation every time you
honestly, it's the same as throwing a rock into a puddle of water.
There you go.
The ripple effect.
Yep, the exact same ripple effect. It just happened.
But that's where these glues come into play.
Yeah.
You want them to hold on while you're doing all this, bashing. So
yeah.
But that comes around to, we're discussing glue, and then we kind of hit on hail and the differences, and we're talking about this big collision glues. But all right, you guys, I've been on hiatus. What's the story on these new Dent Reaper tabs that are all over the book of faces?
Yeah.
So I'll say this.
Go ahead.
One thing that John Vidine does well is he does marketing well. All right. And he marketed them really well. They're great tabs. I think they're good. I think they're just as good as dead centers. They do stretch a little bit easier than dead centers on me. These people talking about dead centers breaking all the time. I don't understand how you're doing it. Like at the beginning, when I first had dead centers, I was breaking a couple a week, but now I've probably worked on 30 to 40 hail cars and I've broken maybe 3 dead centers. And that's pretty much all I use exclusively. And then people go and I see it on Facebook, be like, oh, they're not great for deep damage. Like they break when I fix these big craters. Well, you idiot, don't use a dead center on a crater. Start it with a freaking lock-a tab or something and then finish it with a dead center. Like it's literally called a finishing tab.
Can't they buy more?
Yeah, but like to think like, oh, I got this massive crater in the middle of a cab corner, and you're gonna start it with a dead center, which has like a shaft the size, as the size of pencil lead, and you're gonna use it to yank on. Like that's not their fault. It's you're the idiot who's pulling massive damage with a.
All right, so you're kind of saying the new Dent Reapers use them identically as you would the dead centers.
Yeah, but I will say this: the one thing I like about them is I've used them for a week now, and for a week of use, I use them over the dead centers just to make sure I get a good feel of them. I like the way they feel in my hand. It's a weird thing. Like, you pick up your tab, you hold it, you put the glue, you squirt the glue onto it. It just feels better while holding because of that.
Says the guy with the painted fingernails.
Like that? You don't like my fingernails? My daughter loves them.
Why didn't you do both hands?
Because of the handshake customer. This is where dude, take my daughter to get a manicure. She got super shy.
I know.
I went first to show dad. Daddy did it first to help.
You're a
her
good
out.
dad.
Which hand do you put down your pants again?
Hey, look, man, don't fall asleep eating Cheetos. Don't fall asleep eating Cheetos because you wake up with an orange pecker.
That's strangers.
Coach used to say. But I will say the Reaper tabs are good. I like them. Right. They feel better in my hands. Go ahead,
Daniel. What do you got on them?
They're pretty purple,
translucent.
So they're easy to find. But no, the octagon heads. I was like, it's like a gimmick, but actually no, it's not. So I had what I call a barbell dent. So it was 2 hit points right next to each other. And I saw somebody did this online where they put the 2 tabs on at the same time next to each other because they're octagon. It's almost like having almost like a crease tab, but it's 2 tabs. And then I put the little slide bar that you can use for Kiko's centipede, and I pulled both tabs at the same time, and it worked great. And it pulled out the dent one pull, and took out both those center points perfectly. and it was great. It was awesome. So
I'll tell
that's one advantage I could say about them. Although also being just like the dead centers, I've been really happy with all the pulls. They pull hard. I haven't broken any like some of the other guys. I think there's two types of techs. You can go up to like a whole group of techs and look at their tools, and 50% of the techs will have pristine looking tools. The other 50% looks like a truck ran over them. There's just guys that just are rough on their tools. One of my techs that used to work for me, he was the same way. I bought us identical tools at the same time. A year later, I'm like, what the heck are you doing to your tools? And you know, he was a bigger guy, and he was just rough on his tools. I think there's that separation. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but
now I'll say one more thing about the new Reaper tabs before we move on is I really appreciate John Vadine. I think he did it right when it came to this. This is a hot take and like a controversial opinion, but there's other tabs that have come out on the market that look very similar to dead center tabs, and people love them and they're ranting and raving about them. Well, of course they're going to work well because they're pretty much just like dead centers, and dead centers work amazing. I love the fact that, in my personal opinion, I love the fact that John Vadine, instead of going and making his own tab that's pretty much like a dead center, just adding a different shape, he decided to partner with Kiko and here's Reaper tabs with the Kiko dead center technology. And I'm not, this isn't me speaking because I train things for Kiko. We're pretty consistent about this all across the board. There's another company here that I never really want to talk about their products because I feel like they just rip off products from other companies and then pimp them as their own. I just think, you know, like, oh, these red pulling tabs, man, they're better than dead center. Are they? Or maybe they're just as good and you just don't want to be using what everyone else is using. You just want to be different. So I don't know.
Vinny, what vendor's point of view? And your personal point of view?
My personal point of view, I've had them for 2 weeks. As soon as they came in to Anson, Anson sells them. I put them out there and started ripping on them, and they work fine.
The Reaper tabs?
The Reaper tabs, yeah. What I do like about them is the octagon. So if you need to place, like Daniel was saying, side by side by side by side, say if you do have a crease or something weird looking or oblong, you could, in theory, make a centipede out of them. I believe they're the same materials as the dead center, as far as I know they are. I'm not one that breaks dead centers either. I sell dead centers to guys on a daily basis coming into Anson, and they say they break and they don't break, or they stretch and this, that. And at the end of the day, it's freaking plastic. And Anson has been dealing with this longer than any company. If you go back to the root beer tabs, so which I believe is the same material as well. So I don't know. I'm not privy to like formulas and stuff like that. What's made of what and this and that. But what I do know is, you know, when the root beer tabs came out, they were breaking left and right. But yeah, you know what? They fixed dents. So you just dealt with it. And now it's just, you know, Kiko's turn to stuff like that. It goes full circle. And now it's just, you know, Kiko's turn to have to deal with broken tabs.
Now, while we're on the discussion of tabs, I'll bring up the tab tower.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that, let me ask you that. Because with Kiko and the tabs, what was I going to say? It was a good point, and I forgot. Well, anyway,
so good you forgot.
For our sponsor, hold on one second. That's not our sponsor.
What? What is?
Hey, that's the first time you got the wrong button.
No, that can be our sponsor. That can be the people that sell the new hot glue on the market.
Those are the guys crying about broken tabs. Get it?
Oh my $2 tab. My $2 tab made me $300 and it broke.
Right. Oh, this is my point that I was going to say. I take the slack out before I pull the dead center tab or a dent reaper. So if you're on a mini lifter or a slide hammer, you take that slack out. You just pull up a little bit first and then do your pull.
Yep.
You don't have to try to rip the head off of this tiny little plastic thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also,
man, sometimes it's nice to pop the head off the chicken.
Well, that's That's a whole nother podcast for a whole nother time. Or John, sorry.
Yeah. All right. Moving on, Hudson, you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, before we start wrapping things up, the tab tower, it was sent to us. When I first looked at it, I was like, this looks gimmicky AF. This is super silly.
Me too.
I was like, okay, whatever, dude. But then I was like, if someone sends us something, we're going to use it. No matter what my immediate thoughts are on it, I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it ahead of everything else and use it for at least a month. I cannot do a hell car without the tab tower now.
I love the friggin' thing.
I don't have to look. Like the way I've got it set up is I have so the tab tower is basically this orange tower. It's two-sided and it's got these channels that the heads of the pulling head drops down into this little channel. And I think there's 4 or 5 across. There's 5 across.
5 on each side.
5 on each side. And you can fit roughly 6 to 7 dead centers up one channel. Now, what I did is I did mine ascending order. I did my smallest dead center, and then the next channel, I have my next size up, next size up, next size up. And when I see the dent, I don't even have to go and look or search for tabs anymore. I just go to that channel, and I know like the second channel is that next size, and I put it inside the dent. And then on the other side of the tab tower, I have like some crease tabs and some locka tabs for whenever I have some nasty shots that I got to really pull some meat up first and then switch over to dead centers. But it's made me so much faster, so much more efficient. It has a magnetic base as well.
It has a suction cup and a magnetic base. And
yes, the suction cup is stupid. The suction cup is stupid. I don't know.
Can you bring it up, John? Can you bring up the tab tower?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can put it on
who
the screen.
made it, and I haven't got to talk to him personally, give him feedback. I don't like the suction cup. It's too wonky and lame, and it's just awkward.
Does it stick to the Magnatech mat?
Yeah. So there's the tab tower. It looks great. So that little thing sticking out of the top, that is the top. That's another awesome thing about this is see that thing that was sticking out. It's now on top. It clicks into place and it'll hold all your tabs inside there. They will not fall out.
So if you're a route guy pushing your cart over a rough driveway in your dealership, you can actually lock those tabs into the tab tower.
Yep. So yeah.
And I'm agreeing with you 100% on this. I thought the exact same thing you thought, and now I love the thing because I'm usually door dinger, so I'm only pulling one dent at a time. I just grab that thing, I put it up on the car, and I have everything right there. Yep. Simple, easy, and not having to pull my whole cart over. It's just
I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
All right, go ahead.
How is this any different than the tab tote that was made by Edgy Tools back in the day?
Well, so the tab tote, I never got to use it, but the tab tote had to be, I believe, if I remember correctly, had to be bigger. Hung. It was huge. It was like a 1 foot by 1 foot square practically, or like a 10-inch by 10-inch square.
It's probably like 12.
Yeah. And they also, but I believe you had to hang it from the door.
It had to be hung from the door.
It had to be hung. And so it's a much smaller footprint and it just sits there.
It just sits on your cart, sits on the car, sits wherever you put it.
And I'll tell you, like Jason Thrasher thought the same thing. He and I have been working on some hail cars together. And there was a day where he's like, I don't want to get all my tools out. I'm like, well, just use my tools. They're already out. And he said, all right, cool. He grabbed the tab tower and he started using it. And he's like, I hate you so much right now. I'm like, what? He goes, well, now I have to buy another stupid tool because of you. And he used a tab tower because I'm like, here, just take this. And he goes, that's stupid. I'm like, just use it. And next thing you know, he's like, crap, I got to go buy one. And I will say, the
downside of it is
the price. I think the price is a bit much. I think if you're a dedicated hail guy and you're making lots of money and efficiency is important to you, it's worth it. I think it's like $160. The $160 does come with a tab tower. It does come with the suction cup.
Hold on.
It comes with a little silicone mat. What's up?
So I'm on their website. I'm going around.
Yeah.
Right now, the tab tower single is $99.
Oh, worth it. It is worth it.
And that's all you need.
Yeah. You don't need the suction cup. You don't need any. Well, personally, I don't think so. Maybe you like it. I think the suction cup needs to be changed.
It has its place. Anybody remember the old suction cup pullers that all the auto body shops had?
Yeah.
This suction cup is ridiculously strong. You don't put it on the roof to hold your tabs because you will create a high spot. But if you have that big thing, lock your tabs in.
Yeah.
And then work those crowns because it's gonna hold like nobody's business.
It's ridiculous. But I will say this: actually, I'll refer to you, Vince. Why is it expensive? Because of the molds, right?
Molds
and magnets.
And magnets
too. Yeah. In my Magnatech mat, I mean, I just ordered a crap ton of magnets, and it's like. It's amazing how expensive it is. Everything, every raw material is through the roof right now. It doesn't matter if a sheet of plywood that was $24, now $68.
$24 for a 2x4.
All right. Everything has gone through the roof. And I actually didn't get ready to do another run of Magnatech mats because they sell like crazy. And I was not happy to find out that the raw materials of neodymium magnets have gone through the roof.
Huh. Yeah. And people don't realize how expensive it is to make a mold.
No, it's very expensive.
Like, guys, I'll tell you, like, just I'm gonna give you all ballparks here, okay? Like, I know this because I made the inspection wedge, and this isn't how much I paid for my mold, but my wedge, the mold, I had quotes up to $11,000 to $15,000 for one mold to make your wedge, right? Now that mold's gonna make thousands of wedges, but it's still $11,000 to $15,000 right out the gate. So you got to understand, like, man, why is this is stupid how expensive this tab tower is? Well, his mold probably cost him upwards of $10,000.
Well, if you look at it, it's probably multiple molds.
Yeah, it looks like there's 3 or 4 pieces to make it up.
Yeah, and so you got to understand, like, the prices are probably going to be that way for a while until he can make up his costs.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that we are in a very small niche industry.
Yep.
And I see how many people come through Anson and stuff like that are not on the internet. And however, we're still a niche industry. It's not like we're Home Depot. Anson doesn't buy 30,000 tools at a time, or actually when you go sell something at Home Depot, you have to have, I think it was 90,000 tools, 30,000 for nationwide stores. You have to have 30,000 in a warehouse somewhere, and then 30,000 on call, ready to go at any time.
Wow!
Yeah. So you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars of product just to do a product. So I know, like, from a tab perspective, if you get a mold made in the United States for making tabs, you're looking anywhere between $12,000 and $20,000 to make a single tab.
One little bitty tab.
One little bitty tab. Yeah, just to get off the ground.
That you might have a new design, then you don't know if it's going to work.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's another thing. I mean, and I'll tell you this. That's been the great thing about 3D printing. Before making my wedge, I 3D printed like crazy amounts of wedges, and they would break pretty easily because it was 3D printed. But the proof of concept was good. It's a lot harder to 3D print a tab to prove its efficacy.
Now, what one product is that it has stand the test of time for the last years that everyone loves is, let's see if I get it right this time.
Mobile Tech RX, the app that helps you make more money.
All right, that's what I was trying to do earlier, and I got it instead.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I'm forcing everyone to listen to people that help support PDR Tool Time. Not monetary. We don't get paid by these guys, but they are people that help us, and we just want to throw things back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen to these in between conversations. How's that?
Yeah, right. We're guys. With us coming back, we do plan on while we wrap up the show here because we're getting to the end time. Is we do plan on making a few changes here coming up soon. We might go from weekly to bi-weekly. We don't know. We still have a few things up in the air. We're trying to make it so we can have the longevity of the show and keep going. Because we all have careers outside of this, and let's just be honest and frank, we don't make any money off this. We're just doing this to hopefully serve you guys and help you guys out. Now we might have some things that we start doing to hopefully help us monetize it so that we can do a higher quality production and editing and things like that for you. Because we don't just want to do things by the seat of our pants. We want to do things high quality for you guys.
We want to
get prepared for do what?
We want to bring quality content to the table.
Yeah. Why do it if you're not going to do it well?
Yeah, that's right.
So
just to let people know, for Vegas, if you are going to Vegas, we will have the PDR Tool Time booth where you could try tools, and we will be doing raffles there. And we count on those raffles and support of the raffle to carry on this podcast every year. That kind of fills our bank a little bit, so we can make our monthly payments to keep the podcast going.
Breaks us even.
Yeah, it makes us even. So, with that in mind,
it'd be nice if we had a little more extra money that we could like give out swag or.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think we had some.
As we go.
We had some hats last year that we gave out and things like that. So
yeah, but nothing like on a wide scale.
Yeah, we need to get some gold chains with PDR Tool Time logos on them.
Right.
Maybe some grills.
Big clock.
Some grills with like Reaper logos in the grill.
All right, let's take it away, guys. Like usual.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. And as always, level up your tools.
Don't do stupid stuff.
Embrace the crazy.
And keep it stiff.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the industry and tool-related news every week.
Visit AnsonPDR.com for the largest selection for just about all your PDR tools, where you'll find hog glue and hog caps.
Don't forget to grab your Magnatech mat, available at most PDR tool distributors.